Alright guys, now let's take a look at what are the data pipelines that we have within a qliksense environment. Alright, so what we have here is actually the ETL layer within a BI environment. Alright, so first of all, we have the extract layer, which we consume all of the data sources and also all the mapping files that we required within the dashboard. Most of the case, we will actually store all the raw data here into QED formats, which is an optimized structure for qliksense to read the data. Alright. Now coming to the next layer here, we have the transformation layer, which will actually translate all our raw data into business requirements. Alright. So for instance, we could have all the required mapping file to be mapped into our specific tables. We can have our complicated calculation logics to be located in this layer, so on and so forth, right? And the last layer here is to load all the tables that we have been transformed into a single layer of dashboards, right? So these are the data pipelines that we are looking at in a BI environment. We have the raw data sources and we also have a set of mapping files. Alright. Now what if we would actually want to create more dashboards, right? So if we are going to create more dashboards, and logically we will do the same thing to create multiple sets of ETL layers, right? Now this is where we will hit into a bottleneck when the mapping files used are actually correlated to each of the dashboard that we are building, right? So this will lead to lack of data transparency. We don't have an idea which mapping files that has been used in which dashboard, right? So if you want to know which mapping files is used in which dashboard here, we have to open up the script layer and go through all the scripts again and again, right? So there will be a very tedious script maintenance here, because whenever we have new requirements coming in, we have to open out all the scripts that we have and add in all the required mapping files into the scripts, right? And this will be also an extra efforts required when we are handing over this project to new joiner in our team, right? Because the design that we have in our architecture here is way too complex to absorb, right? So people might get confused which is actually the mapping files that has been applied in which of the dashboards here, alright? So this is why we are here, because we want to understand more about data pipelines normalizations versus a denormalized data pipeline architecture, right? So what we have recently is actually a normalized data architecture where the design of our ETL architecture is fit to what our requirement is specified, right? Now in the next module, we're going to deep dive into how does a denormalized data architecture looks like, okay? So yep, that's all for the module for today. Thanks for watching this video and I can't wait to see you in the next module. Thanks and bye bye.